guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make perler beads. So I'm going to be making a dolphin.
And I'm going to be making an ice cream sundae. So we're going to be using some regular just beads like this. We even have some striped ones, but we won't be needing those today. And we even have some glow in the dark. I think it's only the what is like greeny whites that are glow in the dark, sorry. So yeah, that's what we're going to be using for the beads. The next thing we'll be doing is, so first we're going to say what we're using. These are tweezers, and those are her hands. So we're going to be I'm going to use tweezers, and she's going to use her hands because we want to show you that tweezers are easier for bigger hands, and just even tweezers are also easier for smaller hands, but she's just going to show you what they are without tweezers.
I've been doing this since I was 5.
So basically, I think we need a lot of people need parent supervision for the iron, and like 5-year-olds, they will probably try and eat the beads if they're hungry because it's small and it fits in your mouth. So they'll try and eat it. Yes, they will. So parent supervision for 5-year-olds, and even if you're older, just for the iron.
So I'm going to be showing you the colors I'm using. I'm using one black for the eye, and then I'm going to be using a light blue.
This is what it looks like closely. It's very, I dropped it. Very light. And I'm going to be using some of this glow in the dark white right here. Some brown, if I can find any in this. Just give me a second. Let me find the brown. Oh yes, the brown, white, just regular white. I'm not sure where it is right now, but the white looks like this white. And I'm also going to be using some dark red. On. I'm using the square shape, and she's using, of course, the dolphin shape. And first I'm going to do, I think, the red. Yeah, I think. And she's going to start with the black. She's doing the eye. Actually, I'm going to start with the glow in the dark for the cup.
Okay, so I put the eye on right there. Put some of the blues on.
Basically, if you put it on like this, and then just place it on the thing, it should go on just like that. And it'll be a lot easier if you have bigger fingers, like I said before.
And this is what the blue looks like on the dolphin. It looks pretty, like a real dolphin's color.
So we're just going to keep putting the beads on, and we're going to speed it up because it's going to take a while. So now we both finished our creations. She finished her dolphin. I finished my sundae, but while she was waiting for me to finish my sundae, she built a lollipop. So now you have to get the iron and iron them down, and we'll show you that too. So now I have parchment paper and an iron. It's very hot right now. You can't feel that. So right now, you're going to take this parchment paper, you're going to put it on, and you're going to kind of keep melting the beads for a while, but not so they start melting like crazy that it's not in the right shape anymore, just so they look like melted together. This is the problem with melting beads sometimes, is they can get curved exactly like this, or they get kind of curved. So that means that probably didn't flip it over. So I'm going to keep ironing until it looks like it's melted. Does it look melted yet? It's getting there. So, now we have it melted, and so we're going to take it, and we're going to flip it over like this and just take it off. Now give me a minute, I lost a bead there, so I gotta go find it now. And I have found the runaway bead right here. So it's not that big of a deal if you lose one, because you can just put it back in the spot it's supposed to be, like so. And now I get another piece of parchment paper. So now I put the piece on, and you're just gonna iron that until it's also melted. So right now we just finished it, but we're gonna let it cool down when it's still on the parchment paper. Before you let it cool down, with the glow in the dark, it seems to have turned out that they're harder to iron together, so just make sure before you peel the paper off and let it cool that they're melted together properly and they don't just fall off. So it's almost cool. It's still a little hot, but I think we're okay. Oh, it came off perfectly. So now we have finished with our still very hot Pearlier bead sundae, and now time for the dolphin and the lollipop. So now we're gonna do the lollipop, right?
Yeah.
So put the parchment paper on again
And grab the iron and
go over it for a few seconds, or hold it there for like a few minutes. She's just gonna go around a little. Hers might take, so right now we have the glow in the dark ones again, so it's kind of harder to use those because, well, we figured that out last time with mine over here. The glow in the darks do not stick very well, so you must make sure they're stuck before you flip them. So now you're going to take another one of these, put it on, and flip over like you're making a sandwich, and you flip it over. Then you take the shape off, and you have this,
and
but
you
it's
take
still
the
not.
second one.
Take the other parchment paper, put it on, and keep ironing.
The back, so it sticks together on the back too.
Yep.
So when you're doing it, you don't want the iron to be too hot, so it like melts down all the
So
way.
it like burns it, because then sometimes they like burn a little. It's not on mine though. Sometimes they just turn a little bit brown, which means they've been burned very badly. I think that's probably good.
So now we're gonna let it cool down a little, and so it could be not falling apart. And then you can peel it off. And then I have my lollipop right here.
And I'm going to be over here just making another demonstration with the bigger beads and the bigger board, because if you don't have the the smaller ones, like these ones, and you have the bigger ones, that's still fine. We can still do it the exact same way, just with these, and I'll show you in a second.
It's going to be real harder to do the bigger beads because they're thicker. So it's a little hot. Now I'm gonna do my dolphin. Same thing. I'm gonna take the iron, melt it, and then I'm gonna do the back. Okay, so my dolphin's done. Well, mine's cooling down. She's gonna do
I'm going to iron the bigger one. This is going to take longer, as we said before, and it's probably recommended for younger children because it's bigger. It's a lot bigger. So I'm going to start ironing the same technique.
It's gonna be a lot slower because they're thicker, as I said earlier. They're way thicker than these small ones.
So while we're ironing this, these are, again, Pearlier beads. This is the one we used today. But if you don't have them again, you can use these big ones like I am using right now. So again, we now sandwiched it, and we're going to flip it over. This is bigger, so I'm trying to be a little bit more careful because it's probably harder. So now you take it out again and get the other piece of parchment paper and do the same thing. So it took us a little longer, but it stuck together pretty well. So now I'm going to take it off. It's still pretty hot. Don't burn yourself. Pick it up, and it's still a little bigger than the other ones. We've made Rudolph out of this. It turned out really well, and it was really cool. And the last thing we say before we end this video is that we made a lot of these. We think they're really fun. You should do it too. You can give them as gifts, use them as keychains. Like when I say use them as keychains, you can see how she left a few holes here. Like you can leave 4 out, for example, on this flower. You leave 4 out at the top. You don't put 4. Wait, how do I say this? So basically, when you're making your thing, you have like 4 left. So at the top, you have 4 left. Don't put any beads there. Don't put any beads there, because then at the end you can put a keychain on and put it on your backpack. Thanks for watching, and I hope you choose to make some beads like us. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and like. Bye.
Bye.